Good evening. Surprise. It's me, Angie, here from Learn Love Tarot, here to bring you messages of direction towards our best and highest good using the energies of the daily moon cycle and of the planetary aspects. This message is timeless as energy is cyclical. So do know that whenever you find the message is when you are meant to. And thank you in advance for sharing your beautiful energy with me by subscribing to the channel so that the messages align with you more energetically. And if you do find anything in today's message that resonates with you, please do show me that by hitting the like button and letting me know by a comment. You can learn more about me and how to book a personal reading with the link in my description box. So, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. This is an impromptu reading. I didn't think I was going to get a chance to do it. Today is the lover's energy that is sister energied by the devil, and that is daddy saddy energy in the communication of Mercury. We also have a palindrome in today's energy, with being 1221, which is a 33 energy, or a master number that is the master teacher. So, this love reading, I want to focus on healing aspects. So, whoever that you are thinking about during this reading, and you want to know what was I supposed to learn there, and what do I need to heal in order to step onto the next highest timeline. So, we're going to go ahead and start with the divine feminine energies and find out what the yin energy is showing up for here. I'm going to be using my love tarot. So all of these energies are of past famous couples that will help us out. So let's find out what's going on here with the yin energy, with the divine feminine, pulling on Venus and Mars, the cosmic lovers in the sky. What is going on here with the feminine energies? So you are coming in as the Knight of Wands here, and that is Siegfried. So excited, ready to try for something new, ready to have a new start, coming in quickly. You're ready to get a party started somewhere. Okay. That surrounding you is the Page of Pentacles. I'll keep that in mind. All right. So you could be, there's that Mercury energy of communication. So you could be getting some communication from this masculine energy. And the divine masculine, speaking of, is coming in as matching your own energy here, prince for prince. And there's the Cupid energy with his arrow that would be our message. So the Knight of Swords here, if there's something that needs healing, this could be either the quickness of the energy coming towards the yin. This can also be your own energy of divine feminine and divine masculine. So keep that in mind as well. So I'm going to be focusing on, obviously, love. Think of all the people that you love in your life, and it doesn't have to be romantic, but for this reading in general, I am trying to pull on romantic love, no matter how long it's been, in the interest of what we're relearning from that and of heart healing. Surrounding the masculine energy right now is a Queen of Cups. So they're either feeling the love here and want to communicate that. I'm going to go ahead and take our Page of Pentacles that was surrounding your energy, and that is just to help me keep the energies separated. I'll say yours and theirs, yin and yang, feminine and masculine energy. Okay, let's go ahead and see what our story is going to be about here, starting with the Ace of Swords energy. Starting with the Ace of Swords and the Lover's Path Tarot. All right. Okay. Well, geez, didn't even get that far here. I'm going to keep this in mind. We've got 17, which is the Star card energy, which is of healing. And then we've got the Empress energy in reverse. So I'm going to be pulling in the middle of these energies to find out here What is the story? What is the story here? What is the intellectual nature of this connection? And in this deck, the Grace card replaces the Star card. So, what are we needing to hold grace for here, possibly? And the environmental energy of desire, not surprised to see that. That would be our Chariot energy coming in tomorrow for our 7-day. So interesting here, we've got the star energy of what is the intellectual nature of this union between yin and yang. And for that star card or this grace energy, I'll read about these famous lovers for you to see if you can relate to their story. All right, so with grace, there's 15. Let me get to 17. Pardon my flipping. Okay. All right. So this is about Dante and Beatrice. And the keywords here are inspiration, hope, and dream. So Beatrice's presence made such an impression on Dante that he felt as though his spirit had been infused with light. He was convinced that she was truly an angel and was unable to speak to her when they met. Since he had said nothing, Beatrice did not suspect Dante's love. Soon after, she wedded another. The anguished Dante had an inspiring dream of Beatrice. Soon after, she wedded another. The anguished Dante had an inspiring dream of Beatrice with the god Amor. He awoke resolved that his love for Beatrice would be no earthly passion to expire when they died. Instead, he would immortalize Beatrice with poems that would last forever. So, this is about what is the intellectual nature of the connection? That's pretty big here. A love that inspires us and inspires others, turning dreams into reality, awareness of goals, and the belief and self-esteem to meet them. That is beautiful energy. Now, with the Empress here being in reverse, that could be an Empress energy of either person needing to surrender or needing to heal their divine feminine. So just as a reversal note on that 3 card, and this deck, it's called fertility. So with fertility in reverse, the energy is here, especially being fueled by desire here. That energy is here. That means it can be reversed at any moment. So in reverse, that means there's some kind of deprivation here, right? This is telling me that these two lovers are not currently speaking yet, even though there's heavy desire here too. That could be changing. So in reverse, that also is about a lack of material resources or limitations that overwhelm. So there's a possibility here that if communication has stalled, that they are worried about a monetary situation, or they are concerned that they may not have enough to impress the Empress. Okay, well, let's go ahead and take a quick look at for the divine feminine here. What does the divine feminine think about the divine masculine? What does the divine feminine think about the divine masculine? What does the divine feminine think is going on here with the divine masculine, especially in regards to grace? And it's like Dante and Beatrice here are star-crossed. If this person met you or you met them and just everybody else in the room disappeared, that could be your reading here. And look at that. I was going to turn over the pile and not take everything, but look at that. We've got a double star energy and those two flipped. We've got death here. This in particular is about an ending energy at the carelessness of humans. So I don't know whether this person was careless with the dream you both had, or whether it may feel like this dream is on pause right now for greater examination or greater 33. There's the energy of today, 1221, just like I was saying. So, okay, very interesting. Two of Swords, and Knight of Swords. So with the Knight of Swords coming in here as the divine masculine energy, I'm seeing that intellectually the desire is there, and it seems like the desire has not faded, but what has possibly is that the carelessness of a human could have been a third party energy. Doesn't have to be. I'm going to want more evidence there, but we do have the 33 energy and we have the Knight showing up for the Knight. The Knight here could have intellectually a decision of two truths here to make. So, wow. Okay. The dream, though, here, the important thing for me is in this story with getting a double star, that you weren't wrong. If you knew there was a connection between you and this person, you both had the same thoughts. And for whatever reason, right now, the fertility of that is in reverse. The Empress energy is in reverse. So there's some reason that they cannot come toward the divine feminine, even though there's a desire to, and even though we have Knight of Swords showing up here twice. So I'm going to put that on their side of the energy because that's just what that feels like to me. All right. And anchoring what you think of this person. So you think here that they're still your dream and you're manifesting. And for whatever reason, I think on the divine masculine side, yeah, the Pinnacle of Pentacles, you definitely know this person. And there's the King of Swords. Maybe the king does send the Knight with the message, and with Mercury squaring, bending the nodes of fate right now, that could be fated and karmic conversation here. Okay, that's a lot. I feel like that's are both sides of the table. So it's like the divine masculine here is currently spoken for or stuck. What does he think about the divine feminine? What does the masculine? I want to get my fire deck there. What does the masculine energy think about the divine feminine? What does the masculine think about the feminine? What does he think about her? And her and him, just for ease. Well, these big old chunks. So double energy. I said I felt like that was on the masculine side, but I wanted to pull my fire deck out anyway to confirm. Yeah, they're going through some kind of ending in their current life now, especially since the Empress is in reverse. And an ending, they are in review here. We are in a 9-year, and look at that, the marriage card, moving to calmer waters, and they're absolutely exhausted. So this is what they think about you. For me, it's also confirming what you think about them. You're aware of each other's situations here. Wow. All righty, let's go ahead and look at what's fueling that energy. Love again, fueled by the Queen of Cups over here as far as the Knight of Swords is concerned. All right, let's come back to our middle deck here. I want to pull on the wands, and what is the passionate nature of this connection? What is the passionate nature of this connection? What is the passionate nature of this connection? 16 a tower. So definitely here, the passionate nature, the action may have been stopped, or there's a surprise here with that tower energy, especially with Venus squaring Daddy Saddy. If they think that you are moving to calmer waters and you think they are in an established connection here but want to communicate, there could be this could be the news here. If they're certainly in something established with Dido and Aeneas. And there's the leap of faith. So there's the 0 card. In this deck, it's called Innocence. And wow. Okay. So the passionate nature of this connection got a big old surprise coming. And I think with those waters flowing, this tumultuousness, we have both the death card energies for the yin and the yang, and this brand new start coming in here. Okay, well, that's something. All right, let's find out what's happening here as far as how does the divine feminine, what actions would she like to take towards the divine masculine if she could? What actions would she like to take? Okay, she would definitely like a reunion there with Three of Cups. Just going to replug in my computer here. So the Three of Cups energy is one of celebration and wanting to see that other person, clinking glasses, breaking bread, maybe having some wine. Okay. So if she could take action, no matter what, if she wanted to, she would want a reunion with this person. And on the bottom of the deck, this was a high level learning experience here with the Hierophant. Look at that, guys, pulling the tower on the tower. So again, this is coming through for the masculine side of the energy. And after the tower falls, look at that sunshine coming in, and also the hermit energy of them learning. Wow, we're getting a lot of repeat energies here. Wow, and moving to calmer waters, but they're definitely exhausted after that. And look at that, pulling on the Fool in the environmental energy. And here it is twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The new leap of faith. After some time of healing, like I was seeing here, there's the 1111 energy of the Four of Wands. So I think the divine feminine's energy is very clear as far as what actions she would like to take toward um, the masculine energy. So, like, you learned a thing or two about towers here as well, divine feminine. All right, let's go ahead and come back over to the masculine energy and ask what actions, if possible, if there were no blocks, what actions would the yang energy like to take towards the divine feminine? They would love to temper the energy and redistribute those Two of Cups. So, temperance, Sagittarius energy is a highly spiritual connected card. They know that they are supposed to be tempering pain into wisdom, or that you did that in this connection once upon a time. So the actions they would like to take is to get together. I keep hearing uh and drink some cherry wine. There's a new version of that now. It's a slower song. I'm not sure who sings it, but that's who I'm hearing singing that song. All right, and the action they would like to take, again, more cups energy. It make them feel spoiled for choice. They're unsure about what you would think. Okay. In the environmental energy, I feel like they know you love them because surrounding the king, the Knight of Swords over here was the Queen of Cups, and here we have the King of Cups. So tempering the energies. They're not quite sure here how to approach. It looks like there's a test tube. They might be testing the waters here in the near future. Queen of Wands, thinking the truth of this is that you are very beautiful, you are very desired. There's definitely love appearing. And yeah, there's that innocence energy, wanting to temper pain into wisdom. A possible apology here that's been hiding in the moon for quite some time. Yeah, more page energy of I want to make a different choice in my actions. Okie doke. Coming back into our major arcana cards here. Okay, we're going into the cups. What is the emotional nature of this connection? What is the emotional nature of this connection? What is the emotional nature of this connection? Transformation. We got the death card energies from two different decks so far. So Pluto and Persephone. The emotional nature is so that both of you can transform. Wow. And today's energy of the love through your love, the lovers and desires right underneath that, fueling the lovers. That's something. Wow. Okay, so we know the story of Persephone and Pluto, and that she was taken taken down by surprise, and her mother was very distraught. So I don't know if emotionally here they feel like they were taken down or had to yeah, they would have to end something else in order to come your way. But I've seen an awful lot of choice cards here and movement. Definitely double hermits, double towers, double death card energies. So let's read about Persephone and Pluto really quick here, just to hear more about that story for the emotional nature of this connection. This is going to be about change, endings, and beginnings. The Demeter, the goddess of the harvest, had a daughter named Persephone, whom she treasured more than the earth. When Persephone was abducted by Pluto, god of the underworld, Demeter cursed the soil to be barren until Zeus finally agreed to reunite Persephone with her mother, but only if she had not eaten while in the underworld. Persephone had eaten 6 seeds of a pomegranate while in the underworld. This this is a compromise was reached. Thus, a compromise was reached. Each year, Persephone would live 6 months in the underworld and 6 months on Earth. So, this is about the need to allow something to die in order to create new room for the new, fear of the loss and change. So, this is the third time this energy has come out here, creating life out of death. So out of an ending comes this new beginning, possibly toward the yin energy. I mean, that's a lot of desire there and love. Spicy. All right. Given that, emotionally, how does the divine feminine feel about the divine masculine? How does the divine feminine feel about the divine masculine? You feel they're very wise. You feel they have gone possibly through a dark night of the soul. You feel that they are the star inside the lantern there that we've saw come up under the intellectual nature of the connection. And that is crossed by 8 wands. You definitely want to talk to this person. Hey, Miss Crystal, thanks for being here, doing an impromptu ACES reading. So thanks for jumping in. Appreciate you. This is quite the lover's reading here so far. So this being the energy surrounding the yin or the divine feminine, you definitely desire to talk to them. It looks like communication's coming. But they have some kind, they're holding on to emotion. Okay. And they are in an energy of their 6 of Swords. Again, a lot of repeats here with varying decks. So they are in an energy of allowing spirit to take them into calmer waters. And this is, again, more love energy wanting to come through. There's going to be a wheel of fortune or a wheel of fate to turn. And that is, again, we see the king sending the knight. The divine masculine came in as the Knight of Swords twice. And there's, along with the temperance energy, This is also a deep soul tie, deep soulmate card, resurrecting something from the past, coming back around. And with that Nautilus energy up here at the top of the card, that is definitely confirmation of deep soul tie here. And a wish to put in equal action. Again, they also wish to reunite. So you got, I want to reunite with them in the Three of Cups. And they're pulling in here in the bottom of the deck. That's the same wish here. Wow. Okay. I like that, divine feminine. What about for the divine masculine? What is the divine masculine? How does the divine masculine feel? What are his emotions toward the divine feminine? How does the divine masculine feel? Oh, that you're tempting. Today is the energy of the lovers, and we have that right here, the sister energy. My notes are attached in the chat and in the description box if you're watching after the live. They think you are extremely tempting and definitely feel that soul tie to you. And there's the Chariot again, which has already come up twice. They definitely are wanting to come bring you a message. It looks like they're trying to align in head and heart. And there, the Page of Cups is again wanting to possibly offer some communication or apology, something about they're wanting to take a new direction. Could be very swift. Wow. Okay. Again, a lot of repeats here in this reading already. Okay, guys, let's I'm gonna leave that there. What about for the Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles? What is the 3D nature of this connection? What's going on with it? This can be past, present, or upcoming. If this is a deep soul tie for you, but I feel like you already know who this person is, especially if it left you wondering here. Okay, on top in the 3D currently here, look at that. So the 8 of strength energy is all about balance, the yin and yang energy. And then we have the 14 card of temperance coming in again. Wow. Okay, I'll take that. There's that leap of faith we saw. And on the bottom of the deck, there's the 11 energy of justice. So essentially balance 3 times. This could be them needing to leave something traditional. All right. But you will get justice regarding this. And I think it's really interesting. I haven't noticed she has this red sash on here, and now they're both dancing with it. Okay, and there's that fire horse energy that's upcoming for 2026. And for the 3D connection of where it stands right now, each yin and yang are both trying to balance with all these 3 cards of balance showing up here. So with that strength energy in this particular deck, this Siegfried and Brunhilde story, make sure I can get you there. The Valkyrie Brunhilde was the favorite child of her father, Wotan. That's the King of Wands, the divine ruler of the gods and goddesses. Brunhilde angered Wotan by betraying him when she was moved by mortal Sigmund's story of love. For the first time, she understood the power of love, which made her strong enough to go against her father's will. She agreed to help Sigmund, though Wotan had ordered her not to. This led to Brunhilde finding her own true love with Siegfried, the son of Sigmund. So basically, she did what she wanted. I'm going to do what I want, no matter what my family says about it. And again, with that temperance energy, heavy, heavy, deep soul tie here, guy. So this is transformation of weakness into strength, coming back to integrity, and then the strength to do the deeds, leadership to bring this into balance. And then we have the justice energy to support that. That is something. Wow. Okay, well, let's find out from the divine feminine what's going on in your 3D if this is not now connected? What's going on with you separately? What's going on with the divine feminine energy? You're in discovery mode here, Page of Swords. And they came in as the Knight of Swords twice. So we're seeing under the iceberg of something, this information. We're in a mission here to figure something out, to learn something. The Page of Swords observes. So this is you possibly observing your own energy, what's going on for you in the 3D is you're learning your own balance well. And this is what sets up divine timing. So it feels like yin energy, you're ready, but there's the King of Swords again. And this divine timing of what you're discovering here, it feels like you're minding your own business when all of a sudden they say, justice, I'm coming towards you, or I am ending another situation. Saw that card all three decks. And then, yeah, look at that surprising the Empress. So, wow, with this being the top and the bottom being yin, I said I felt like this was like you're just here you are minding your own business when all of a sudden, boom. And that is an eclipse energy there. We do have the new moon energy still afoot here. Okay. Coming at you hot, coming in hot. I think you might be surprised here, yin energy. Uh, especially because in this deck, that's what the Seven of Wands is. He's shocked to know that there are such things as mermen. Didn't expect it. Okay, let's find out what's going on in the Yang energy. What's going on in their 3D? Tell we need the dish on this. Keep in mind, if this is not somebody you know, this can be your own yin and yang energy within. We all have it. We all try to balance it in order to bring our manifestations toward us quicker. Okay, divine masculine, what is going on in the 3D life currently of the divine masculine? What's going on in the current 3D for divine masculine? Okay. Suffering some kind of loss here. Definitely after a long battle, whatever they're going through now, it's not winning. Okay. Wow, Capricorn Cancer axis here. We did just enter, the sun entered Capricorn today. This morning. Happy Cappy season. And again, look at that offer. This is someone from the past returning to the present to affect the future. 66 energy, which I mentioned the 1221 palindrome for today. Wow. Okay, so you might think that they are playing games, or that this could even be, I said, what is the 3D and what's going on with them right now in their 3D energy? Someone from their past, this is could be this little looky-loo here, could be giving them some kind of gaslighting here. They could be gaslighting themselves about you, that it's not really, they need to get over it. That they must be just, it feels like they think they're going crazy here. And then we have the Queen of Swords, discernment, and the Hanged Man. Guys, this feels like situation is about to jump off into new territory here, but it's going to depend on whether they hang around for no winners. So if that is an energy of separation or divorce or some kind of other loss here, this is what the transformation is about. Some 180, some 180 get coming. We had the 33 there in the beginning. because it was Three of Wands and was it Three of Cups? The Three of Cups came out twice then. Wow. Okay, something big's getting ready to shift there because they're not winning where they're at. That could be why this Five of Swords is play stupid games. You're going to get stupid prizes. All right. Well, how about a fresh deck to ask? Great angels and guides, ancestors of the highest white light known and unknown, who love us unconditionally and are help healing the hearts and lives of my learning lovers, especially in relation to relationships that they've always wondered about. And this is the lesson here. What is meant for this partnership here? What is advice? Okay. Wow. Ace of Wands. So action, a new spark. What is meant to happen here? There's a new chance, a new she's holding the star. Wow. Okay, Nine of Wands. We saw the very, very beginning here of exhaustion from their side, and the Eight of Wands of communication we saw on this side of the deck. All right. And look, in this deck, the Nine of Wands is specifically about breaking out of a cycle, breaking out of a pattern here. So that spark, that communication here, Eight of Wands, again, then everything happens fast. There's double Ace of Wands here in this reading as well. Okay, so there will be a resurgence of this for whoever story this is for. And how many times is that now? The third time that the Fools come out, Leap of Faith. And we've got an Eight of Pentacles, more of that magician energy. And like they're cooking up, they're getting really good at brewing something here. And we've got an 88. So them brewing, maybe they're just like focusing on work right now because this could be pretty raw or pretty recent. It might not be a whole lot of time before the ending of whatever is in their 3D now, between that and when they're contacting yin. And we've got Two of Pentacles here, which is the first 10 degrees of Capricorn. So we'll be here over the next 9 days or so. So this could even be within the week, guys. Oh, wow. Okay, there's the King of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. Definitely know this person. Okay. Let's see if they got any advice for us here. Okay, what is the best advice here for the yin energy? Advice for the yin energy. Advice for the yin energy. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. It was not, I didn't think I was going to get time today, and I just felt like I had to do a reading. Okay, no regrets. Got to make sure you're not holding and looking into the past because that's just going to slow it down. I do like that the character's feet are facing forward and that cup there is right in front of this character. So we don't want the energy to pull down towards that of spilt milk. This could be even what the divine feminine energy is healing right now. Whatever they are healing is what sets that wheel of fortune in motion. And there's the different actions. That's what sets the energy. So if we're still in an energy of why, instead of what do I still need to learn and heal? Because remember, once the yin learns these lessons and heals herself, by default, the yang is then healed as well, if the souls are truly connected. Okay, so what is advice for the divine masculine? Let me know, guys, if you like this type of reading. I only do one every once in a while. Advice for the masculine. Their sun is in reverse right now, and these are not reverse cards. No way. Look at that. It's actually the star in reverse. Their dream is turned upside down, and then yin energy on the bottom of the deck here, the sun and seven of wands, they're holding back on their happiness, perhaps. This role reversal here, energy with that seahorse. And yeah, this Knight of Wands that we saw in the energy surrounding the divine feminine. There's a Three of Swords there attached to the Knight in this deck. And then there's the Knight of Swords, who the divine masculine came in as twice, and Seven of Cups, spoiled for choice, or they could just let you know that, yes, they're confused, all this shit went down. And then Six of Cup reunion, and again, Empress. Okay, well, the advice for the divine masculine is just because your dream is turned upside down right now doesn't mean that it will always be that way, and they need to allow themselves to be called and pulled towards their heart's happiness. They need to be pulled towards the sun here. Okay, let me get some messages if this person could let you know anything. How about let's start with you. If you could let this person know anything, if you could let them know anything, what would you want to say? Huh. There's the full moon, Rahu and Ketu of the nodes there. And with Mercury still bending the nodes of fate, that means if the nodes are either side of each other on an axis, that means that Mercury is bending it by coming right in the center of it, Mercury and Sag. So you are not letting them know you're hurt in any kind of way, even if you're triggered. They are a trigger for you for sure. But it feels like with that underneath the iceberg, you have figured that out. Remember, we talked here. You've figured out what was under the iceberg. That's why you're healing, divine, your feminine energy. Beautiful. They could also be being triggered with the bottom of the deck, could represent their energy. I need to reach out. There, by you discovering this, the yang energy gets to discover this. What would they say to you? They would say they have to make some sacrifices before they can come forward. And in their environmental energy, take this as the yin or where they're at right now. It says you didn't mean it. There are 3 candles here. Someone is unhappy. So influence and distraction. So it does feel like this person that's in their energy, if that's the extra looky-loo here, maybe with that 5 of Swords, they're airing dirty laundry, fighting dirty, not playing fair. And yeah, he said, she said, gossip kind of crap. And what they need to know is this change, this sacrifice of leaving they outgrew. There's that Ketu and Rahu again, in their environmental energy. That's Vedic astrology there. That's what it's saying, guys, for their higher good. Of course, everybody's got free will, so that's the way that rolls. Well, hello, girly. Thank you for being here. Right at the hot ending with the candles there, right at the hot ending. I feel like I still want to understand what is the ascension lesson here between this yin and yang energy between these lovers. What is the lesson here? And I'll finish this up, and then I will see you guys live on Tuesday night for sure. Not sure about our date night since Thursday is Christmas, but I will do my best. I know everybody's probably traveling anyway. Here we got our volunteer. Oh, wow. Now, this is the, how many times can we count? 1, 2, 3, fourth time this transformation energy has showed up. What is the lesson here? Battle of head versus heart. We did see the Knight of Swords a couple times, and the as their energy, but we also did have the King of Swords showing up. I like that we have the same suit here. And the integration energy, today is our 6th day, and this is multi-dimensional healing. If I wasn't convinced with all those temperance cards, the chariot, the lovers, and the towers that are coming out here, this has been definitely lifetime after lifetime connection here, guys. Just wow. And if it's your energy is in the 6, their energy is in a 4, they're not far behind here. They are in need of aligning head and heart, and in need of sacrificing something on their side first. But initiating your healing and doing your research, observing what was underneath the iceberg, definitely set theirs in motion as well. So good job. Good job, yin energies. And that's if you're male or female. I'll give you a round of applause there, because that is no easy feat. That can take years of inner healing work when you're very intentional about it, let alone how long it takes people to even discover their patterns and their triggers. So very, very proud of you. If you're seeing this video, thank you so, so much for sharing your beautiful energy with me. And I will definitely see you with a video tomorrow night. Much love from my heart to yours. And bye-bye for now. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Girly. Thanks, Crystal. Have a good one. Oh, you're so welcome, honey. Love you, mean it. Bye-bye.